Hi, this video is on Huion Keydial Mini, also called K20, for working in Lightroom. I bought it from AliExpress, came fast, and here's why I chose this over any of this or something like MIDI controller. Firstly, because MIDI controller is pricier and it requires MIDI to LR app. Also, you need to set it up properly and set up a lot of things properly. And with these things, the small key and knobs, you won't have such a good app as Huion provides. And I will show and explain the app a bit later. In general, why did I want this thing? In Lightroom, when you hover over any slider and hit up or down arrow, you will change the slider. If you hold Alt, you will change it a smaller amount, and if you hold Shift, you will change it a bigger amount. So I wanted a dial that will let me hover over sliders and change them like this. I can set it to normal, to slow mode, or to fast mode. Basically, it lets me work on a file much faster, and with all the keys, I can set them up such way that it really lets me work much faster. So let's see what it lets us do. You can choose the app, like add the program and choose the program you want to work in this case Lightroom. And this slider affects how bright the light under the icon here is. Doesn't really matter. The dial setting, if you turn it, you can turn it off. If you put it in radial, it works kind of like the scroll wheel on the mouse, and customize and feature lets you choose different features here. So you can switch with this central button, you can switch between 3 modes, and you can name them here, like I did normal, and you can choose any of these options here. I set it up for the up arrow and down arrow, but you can also use default, which is one of these three. Not very useful. You can choose a mouse, like scroll wheel, anything here. Some multimedia features. Some features from Photoshop. I don't know what this means. It never changes anything. So from Lightroom, this doesn't change anything either. I didn't see how it works, so don't use this. From Premiere, Clip Studio Paint, and others, or turn it off. So let's set it back like this. And for keys, you can set almost the same stuff, but you can also run some app you can choose on your PC, some system task, and as well multimedia. Settings preview looks like this. It shows you for your current app which buttons do which, and the mode that is currently selected for the key, for the dial. And quick menu, which will look like this, and you can choose some stuff from it. What up? The dial sensitivity, by the way, it has from 1 to 5, and 3 is basically the normal one step, and from 1 to 5, it's just faster or slower. Sleep time is when it is in Bluetooth mode. Uh, how fast will it turn off by default? So this is it about the app. Also, you can export and import settings you saved. Here it will show you the firmware and the dial. In general settings, you can see what it does here. By the way, in the bottom here, you can choose your key dial, or if you have a Huion tablet or monitor, you can choose them here. And about is just stuff. You can probably go to the store from here and switch to Keydial. What else? What else? There is an older version. So as you can see, this is upgraded version of Keydial. And the old version is called Mini Keydial, but this one is called Keydial Mini. Very helpful names. So the new one looks like this, and the old one looks like this. So the old one is here, it's a bit lighter gray than here, and in the new one there are printed dots and arrows, which this doesn't have. Also, in the new one, you will see the Bluetooth icon, and the old one works with Wi-Fi, so there is no icon here. Also, the why I would not suggest buying old one, because the old one, first it works with Wi-Fi instead of Bluetooth, and secondly, if you want to use like 3 buttons or a button and a dial, it might not work properly. But in new one, that issue was resolved. The cool thing, you get stickers, and the coolest thing about the stickers is you can have a suction tube sticker for your key dial. You can, of course, use it for other apps, like for example for Chrome, which I've set up to change the speed of the video, playback speed. I don't like to watch videos in regular speed. As you can hear, I'm talking pretty slow, but you can always easily adjust the speed of the video and watch it faster. So I think this is it. Something I don't like about this is when you're using setting up keys, you can't use macros here. So anything you hit here will work as if you smashed all these buttons at once. For example, in the Wacom tablet, for the keys on the tablet, you can choose it is sequential. So first this works, then this part, then this part, and this part. So it's kind of macros, not exactly, but this type of behavior is, in my opinion, better, and I would love to see it here. Also, you don't have any backlit So when it's dark, you can see where this thing is. By the way, the drivers. You have two drivers. One when you download and install this one when you have some other Huion thing like tablet or monitor, and you install this one if you have a tablet or monitor from the other manufacturer. And after you install this thing, it may interfere with some other pointing device like a mouse or a tablet, and they might behave strangely. And in that case, you would need to reinstall those devices' drivers. And for me, it was I had to reinstall Wacom drivers, and my friend had to uninstall and reinstall the mouse. And I think that's it.